What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all having yourselves a great start to your weekend. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith. And tonight, well, we're going to talk a little bit about the news that was thrown out earlier today. Something that we have actually talked about here at On the Road to Victory for, well, over a month now. So, look, a couple weeks ago, I made a video. We touched on this again. We talked about the fact that Howie, once he traded that pick, he's always wheeling and dealing, guys. You know, everybody's up in arms when people suggest something like this could happen. Look, this is something we've talked about because it's a possibility. Howie Roseman is always looking to make moves. And when that move was made, I remember talking to my buddy Gail, and we were discussing the fact that, it was crazy that it was made at that time. And I said, do you think he's already working on another deal? He could possibly try to get back into that top 10. So, I mean, getting this news today is funny because obviously we've been talking about that. But I mean, the question is, are the Eagles really trying to get back into the top 10? I think the answer to that would be yes. Why wouldn't you see what kind of, put some feelers out there, see what's going on. Now, the thing is, you don't know who is going to be available during this draft. So lots and lots of talent. That's why I'm not too upset about the fact that we're at 12, but if there's some guys that fall or there's someone you're really, really interested in and there's a team that would possibly trade with you, well, you got to go ahead and make that move. Now, people would ask, why the hell would you do that if you just traded out of the top 10? Well, yes, that's a great question. But the thing is, what are you giving up would have to be, you have to throw that in there. What the hell are we giving up to move up here? So we went back 6 places, right? To do that, we got 33 spots moved up. So now we actually have a 4th round pick. So that 5th round pick turned into a 4th round pick. Then you get a 1st round pick next year. So, hey, that's fantastic. Love it. Now, what do you have to give up to move up a few spots? From 12 to 6, that's going to cost you more than it would if you're, it depends on who you're trying to trade with. So, hold on one sec. Got a couple comments here. Trade up for trade. Lance, we got a comment here. I hope that's not the case, but that's definitely a possibility. We talk about the fact that Howie Roseman, the quarterback factory, he could definitely throw us a curveball, go after someone like a Mac Jones, Trey Lance, and I will punch myself in the face. Actually, I'll punch him in the face. Danny, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. If Jamar Chase falls, oh, hell yeah, you give up what you have to move up. So let's take a gander at this top 10. You're looking at, you got to move up a few spots, right? We want to move up in front of, obviously, the Giants at 11. The Cowboys are at 10. So it's like, oh, God. But you see here, and there's a nice little pick of Howie there for you. I would imagine, I don't know if the Falcons or Bengals, you've heard that the Falcons are willing to try to trade. Don't know if we want to move all the way up to 4. That'd be crazy. Don't know if we trade with the Dolphins at 6. Maybe you could, start talking to teams at 7, 8, 9. I think obviously it's going to cost you a little bit more. If you're looking at the Lions at 7, you're probably going to have to give up a lot more than you would at 8 or 9. Obviously, it gets lesser the further you go down there. But I think that obviously at those spots right there, those are gold. You saw that the Panthers, allegedly got their quarterback in Sam Darnold. So they have themselves a quarterback. Maybe they want to add a Kyle Pitts. Maybe, I don't know where Jamar Chase goes, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. There's so much talent. Maybe they want a corner in J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain. So much talent. It'd be intriguing. Maybe they'd be willing to trade back and their guy would be available. I'm not sure. That's why a lot of this is going to come down to 2 weeks away. I'm very excited about that. The draft is finally coming, guys. We've been talking about all kinds of players, all kinds of scenarios, all kinds of things that could happen, and it's less than 2 weeks now, and I'm very, very excited about it. So, talking about this, yeah, I still want to get a very talented guy. Could you imagine if Kyle Pitts falls a little bit? We can convince someone with 8 or 7. I mean, maybe at 7, you got to give up like a 2nd round pick, maybe a little something else next year. I don't know. obviously we talk about what we did, to allow the Dolphins what they had to give up. They gave up a first round pick and 33 spots, and then moved up. So what do we have to give up here? To move up to 7, it's going to cost more. Like I said, at 8 with the Panthers, maybe you could convince them. Like, look, Kyle Pitts is not the guy that you want. He's only a tight end, right? Obviously, he's way more than that. But you try to convince them, please, for the love of God, do not take Kyle Pitts. We'll give you Zach Ertz. We'll give you a second round pick this year and maybe throw in like a third, a fourth next year, whatever you got to do. If there's somebody available like a Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts, you add them to this offense. Now, seems pretty asinine to be sitting here talking about that when, you're already in a position to get those guys. Now, we're all pissed. I'm pissed. Hey, we wanted Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts, right? Well, doesn't look like we could get him. Now, could you imagine if he somehow finds a way to end up back in the top 10, still adds and when you look at it, maybe if it's you gained more than you lost through these trades and you get yourself a Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, I'm not going to be mad at him at all. I'm actually going to build him a shrine. And I mean, we're going to see what happens here, guys, but he's wheeling and dealing, man. That's one thing he's good at. He's good at trades. We talked about the cap, and he's done all the things he needed to do this offseason. So I'm just trying to hope that he keeps doing good things here. 70th overall pick, and that's still controversial, like your Ojulari or the yeah. I spoke about Ojulari the other day, and JOK as well. You guys know I love Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Oh my Lord, he'd fit perfect. That nickel linebacker that you would just love to see. He could be that hybrid safety kind of guy, perfect in coverage. That's what we're lacking. We have good linebackers against run. I'm not saying they're really good. I like Alex Singleton. I like his promise. Davian Taylor, let's see what he's got. I know he was raw last year, but yeah, man, I would definitely add to the linebacker room. Nick Bolton, we talk about maybe in the second round. You guys know I love him. That would be fantastic. I've seen people talking about him lately. Yes, Nick Bolton, yes. But giving up that 70th pick, yeah, you might have to do that third round pick. I don't know. You could give away 84, and it really, once again, now if you're talking at 9 to the Broncos, it depends on what you're adding on top of that. Like I said, if you could maybe throw Ertz in as a little kicker, and look, I love Zach Ertz as much as the next guy, just as much as I used to love Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson, but those two aren't Eagles anymore. And it looks like Zach Ertz might be out the door. We know that he wants a new contract. The Eagles aren't going to give him that contract, so I don't know, but we talk about the fact that if he's on this roster June 1st, once June 2nd hits, you get rid of him. You can actually save like $4 more million, and you save $4 million in dead cap as well. So yeah, I could understand that move, but with the draft coming up, maybe that's why they're holding on to him. You want to try to package him in with some of these picks. I totally understand it. We got another coming here. Trade up to 9 with the Broncos. Steal Surtain from Dallas. Look, you guys know I'm more J.C. Horn than Patrick Surtain, but I like them both a lot. I would like an outside corner. So, hey, if they end up with one of them, I'd be pretty excited about that. But yeah, jump in front of Dallas, who you would think would go after a corner. But if Kyle Pitts is still sitting there, they would take him, add him to that offense. If he's in that offense, let's just not talk about that. And I don't want them, to get anyone good, but they're at 10, so they're going to get someone good. But look, I'd love to jump in front of them. We talked about on the 4th and John show, Prime was pissed once we made that trade. And yeah, you moved back right behind the Cowboys and the Giants. That's where it pisses a lot of people off, and very understandable. So, yeah, the Panthers need O-line, they need corner, and they need a lot of things. But, you could see if maybe because, they gave up some of that draft capital. You mentioned here a couple positions. They need a lot more than that. Maybe you convince them, hey, we're going to give you a little bit of that draft capital you lost when you picked up Sam Darnold. Then you go ahead and you fleece them, Cowboys, whoever else. This is all hypothetical, man. Danny, look, I don't know if we're going to be able to move back into the top 10, but this is something I've been talking about just because of the fact that Howie is somebody that's always looking to make a move. So getting this news today, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, he should be. He should have never traded out. But in the end, like I said, if you're looking at a positive gain here, and you pick up a stud player still in this draft, maybe we're all pretty happy. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to settle down, not get too far ahead of myself. And look, I'm just trying to be confident and positive about my team. I don't have any idea. It could be really bad. Obviously, we're going to have some growing pains. This is a new team, new coaching staff, all this good stuff. So I'm hoping it's good. I am, but I have no idea. It really depends on this draft. I want to see, at least the 90-man roster before I'm losing my mind like half the people out there. So I want to see the 90-man roster. Then I want to watch these guys who camp. I want to see, obviously in this draft who we're adding here, and I want to see what these guys got, man. But we got a lot of holes to fill. And, but Howie, like we said, and in the same token, we've talked about in that video, you guys can check it out a few weeks ago. There's another one around it, and I talk about just a trade in general. And that could be you trade back from 12. Maybe you want JOK, and maybe you don't feel comfortable taking him at 12. Move back a few spots, gain more draft capital, then use that 37 and something else and trade back into the first round. We got 11 picks. We have the most picks in this draft, and I don't think Howie is just going to be sitting there doing nothing, man. I really think he's going to be trying to make moves, and it's going to be a very entertaining draft. Talked about the fact that we didn't have a fourth-round pick, so day 3, was going to start slow, but now we have one. We've got a pick in every round. We've got multiple picks in 3, 5, 6, 7. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, not 5 anymore because it turned into a 4th. So yes, every round. I love it, dude. And you got 3 in the 6th. So 2 of those compensatory picks we got. So really excited about the fact that we have those picks. And obviously people always say, hey, well, depends on who we pick. Yeah, no shit. They need to be good players. Yes. Yeah. I want that. it's funny sometimes. We don't need to trade up for Surtain. We get 2 solid players on the defense. Ower or Newsome. Yeah, I knew where you're going with that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I've made so many videos, you could check out that what you could do at 12. You could trade back and still get really talented players. I don't think, at Newsome you need to take anywhere near there. And Ower, I'm not sure you need to take there either. You could trade back maybe, but he's one of the top edge rushers, I think. But I would be suffice with going with someone like a Jalen Phillips in the second round if you're not getting Nick Bolton, because I really like him. But there's a lot of really good edge rushers. We talk about Weaver, Phillips from Pittsburgh. I think there's a lot of guys I would be very excited about. And I think, we all know this team has a lot of holes, and we know there's like issues behind the curtain, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, guys, we're all in it for this, so let's just try to back up our team, and whoever comes on the team, just try to have some faith that this team will get turned around. I'm really excited about Nick Sirianni. I think he's going to be a great coach. I just think hopefully Howie Roseman listens to him, listens to the scouts, listens to Shane Steichen, Jonathan Gannon. I mean, please, for the love of God, listen to some football-minded people and make the right picks. You got to get a lot of defense. We got a lot of holes. We talk about needing an outside corner, need linebackers, safety. We know the ACL injury with Rodney McLeod, but love the pickup of Anthony Harris. I want to see what Kayvon Wallace has got, but still so much depth issues there. I know we added Andrew Adams that replaces Rudy Ford on special teams, not so much depth, but there's so many holes. So many. You talk about the offense. I like the offense. The offensive line needs to stay healthy. Obviously, they're older. I like Urbig Driscoll as depth. Whoever loses the job at left tackle is depth, between Dillard and Mailata. So I like the depth there, but I would still probably add a center or a guard that can play center, just cross-training and doing whatever while we have Kelsey. So bring someone in. I don't know if it's Urbig that takes over there or Saymalu. I'm not sure what you want to do there. So figure that out. But definitely get another weapon. I would love to see an X receiver. I like Travis Fulgham, but let's get a real stud. If you don't take one, like a Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle, maybe you don't get Chase or Pitts. Go after a stud like Rashad Bateman, maybe a Terrace Marshall. I would be very excited. And we talked about throughout the later rounds, there's so many good receivers I like in this draft. Rondale Moore, Kadarius Toney. I mean, I could go forever. There's so many. I love this draft. I love the talent in it. And I keep saying, it's going to be hard for me, to be upset because I really think, we could walk away with some really talented guys. And the thing of it is, what I keep stressing is they need to be day one starters. You know, if it's an offensive lineman, like I said, that's, learning under someone, I get that. But for the most part, man, those first four are essential, man. Those guys need to be starting unless it's one of those linemen. I'm telling you, because you have 4 picks in the top 84, dude, make them count, Howie. Make them count. So I'm trying to be positive for this draft, trying to get excited for it because it's coming up in less than 2 weeks, guys. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. Holy hell. And I'm excited. I really am. So if he finds his way back in the top 10, gets a stud, maybe everybody's changing their tune. So let's just wait to see what happens first. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for the night. If you guys have anything else you want to talk about here before I head out, let me know. But yeah, just answering the question of, are we trying to trade back? My Lord, it's been a long one. Trade back into the top 10. I think we've talked about that for a long time. Yes, Howie is always trying to make moves. So we'll see if it happens. We'll see if he trades back further and maybe we're at 15 or 20. You never know with Howie. Maybe he trades back and then he trades back with the 37 into the first. We get 2 first rounders in the 20s. I don't know. I really don't, but I'm excited for this draft. Hope you guys are getting excited. Trying to put out as much content as I possibly can for you guys. But we're going to be buckling down here. Oh, I'm very excited. We're just going to keep breaking down every position. I'm going to give you guys my top 10. I'm going to do the mock draft. I'm going to do a fan mock draft with you guys. Let you guys pick some of these players. See who you guys like. Just a way to pick your guys' brains. I've enjoyed this time throughout the last couple of months talking with you guys. Some of the prospects that you guys enjoy. Giving you some of the ones I want you to look out for. We'll see who we end up with. But yeah, hope you guys are having yourselves a great weekend so far. I know I've been. Great win for the Phils today. Great win for the Sixers, although they should not have let the Clippers get back into that with Kawhi. Regardless, got some wins. Need that for my soul. And I need the Eagles to win in this upcoming draft. That'd be great. All right, guys. Hope you're having a good one. If you need anything, I always say it, but I mean it. Reach out to me. We can talk birds, talk about whatever your heart desires. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, a lot of violence, unnecessary violence by the police, and just so much, just pretty much racist bullshit. So, yeah, we got to be the change here, guys. You got to be a good person, man, and stand up for it. Not allowed anymore. I don't like to preach to people, but we have to stand up to this, man. And you guys know, if you follow me, I'm somebody that's doesn't keep quiet about very much. But I love you guys. Always try to be here for you. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out to me. All right, guys, have yourself a safe weekend, and I will be back tomorrow unless some kind of crazy breaking news happens. That would be a Howie move. I'm going to get rolling out. All right, guys, have a good one. And as always, go Birds!